and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is The Thunder Show, aka WLTV, and we are talking about Cab Franc, and besides the illustrious and sedacious, is that a word? I don't think so, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc is among the most exciting and interesting grapes to yours truly. Way up there for me. As many of you know, I adore the wines from the Loire Valley, especially the Bourgogne and the Chinon. But a place that's starting to sneak up on me is Long Island. Long Island is starting to make some serious Cabernet Francs. I've been very happy with them over the last couple of years. I've got 3 in front of me right now that we're going to do a show on. I'm very excited about it, and I'm excited about it. Let's start the show. Pellegrini Vineyards, 2002 unfiltered Cabernet Franc. This wine is lucky number 13 U.S. Bones, and I'm excited about trying this wine because Pellegrini family is a little bit more of a well-known brand of Long Island wine. Long Island is really starting to find its ground. You know, it's realized, you know, forget Chardonnay, forget Cabernet, forget Merlot. Well, not forget Merlot, but you know, let's forget about other things. Let's really embrace what we're good at. Cab Franc is one thing, Riesling. So I think they're finding their stride. I think that Long Island over the next 10 years can really start getting dangerous, really start getting interesting. This is Thursday's show now, right, Ma? Yes, Thursday's show, and it is the Thunder Show. I don't know if you know that. Thunder Show. Nice color. Cabernet Franc, again, very different than Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a totally different grape. Aromatically, I think it's far more advanced. It gets vegetal instead of fruity. It's a wine that is maybe not as heavy at times. It's also a wine that goes really well with a lot of different foods. I find it to be very charismatic and intellectual with the Italian foods. Goes really great with gnocchi and pastas, and that's where I tend to like to use them, except when I'm looking to go outside the tradition of using Italian wines. It's also a grape that is very versatile in a lot of different places, but it's really found its home, obviously, in the Loire Valley, and really do believe that Long Island is a place which is nice for me, you know, not too far from here, so it could be a great thing over the next 5 to 7 years if Cab Franc advances continue to go in the direction they're going. So let's give this a little bit of a sniffy sniff. And this has a nice little interesting nose. I get a little charcoal meets tobacco, like the pipe. I get some tobacco, you know, that you put in the pipe on the nose here. A little bit of blackberry and blueberry components going on. Actually, more blueberry. Forget the blackberry for a second. Blueberry pie, like the Hostess. And I don't know if you ever did this, Ma, when it was longer. You like squeeze it so the top layer would come off, and you just lick it all up. Lick it. You gotta lick it before you stick. Anyway, so let's give it a little bit of a whirly whirl. We did that. Let's give it a taste. Oh man, I'm already getting delusional. See, now, one of the reasons Cabernet Franc is doing so well in Long Island is not as hot. Wines are not as extracted as they are in California. California people need to pay attention and stop trying to make Cabernet Franc like Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Franc from Long Island tends to have the earth and richness and greenness that it does in Loire Valley and other places when Cabernet Franc is at its finest. It's a wine that is at its finest when it's a little grumpy and a little vegetal. You know, not everybody should be bubbly and happy. Some people are quite charming and fun when they've got a little chip on their shoulder. Mott, for example, he's not all cuddles of happiness. I love him. You love him. If you love the monster, let's put it in the comments. Let's get this guy to smile a little something. If you love Mott, put it in the comments. Lurkers, huge opportunity to make a statement today. You know, some wines, like people, are great the way they are. This is not a fruit bomb explosion of fun and whistles and bells and cows driving cars. No, this is an old school, I like vegetables, meat and potatoes, let's go to work, punch in, punch out, take care of the family, watch the game on the weekends, go back to work. You know, it's a workman's wine. It does what it does, and I appreciate it for you. For $13, you're getting a true wine. A wine that's true to itself and true to its varietal character. Good job by Pellegrini for really bringing out that in the essence of this wine. Still some really nice fruit, but really firm tannins, but they're vegetal. And I love tannins that aren't bitter. And I like, a lot of people love tannins that are fruit and soft and easy to drink. I like vegetal tannins. I like tannins that shoot a little celery in my face. Like, almost like a slingshot. Imagine a nice piece of celery, slingshot, right through my mouth, actually. That's where it'd be better, not through the eye. That would hurt. And that's what I like what this wine's doing. It's giving me a little pepper action on it. I'm getting onions on this wine. Onions. I mean, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. This is a good old-fashioned, solid to goodness, good old chap of a Cabernet Franc. Let's give it 89 points, 13 bucks, a buy in my opinion. Definitely worth seeking out. I'm not sure if, is this a 2002? It's a little bit older. I'm not sure what's on the shelves these days, but if you're able to find this, this is a good entry, well-priced way to see what Cab Franc is in America, because it's going to still be a little different in Chinon. The Pomona 2002 Cabernet Franc from Norfolk, Long Island, $20 US. Let's give it a whirl. Excited about this one. Really well-liked producer. A lot of people are very high on it. 20 bones. A little bit of a whirl. Nice color. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Now, this is a little bit more aromatically challenged, and you know I don't like to go to AC and lose, but that's what's happening here. Not getting as much out of this wine as the first wine, so that's right off the bat is an issue. And we're paying about 50% more, so that's not making me so happy. Yeah, it's a tight little wine. Getting a little hint of taffy, a little coffee aspect to it as well. A little hint of plum. But not that much at all coming through. Let's give it a whirl. Kind of reminds me a little bit of mint chocolate chip cookies without the mint and without the chocolate chip cookies. This wine tastes a whole lot like nothing. It's got a really nice mouthfeel and it's quite luscious, but lack of nose and lack of true flavor profile. I feel like we're going through the motions. Kind of like when I used to take tests when I wouldn't study for them. Scantron time, CBA, 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 CBA. Open up the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and the Baseball Price Guide because I was learning more. It's worked out okay. Not feeling it. You know, it's got good mouthfeel. There is a nice finish. I'm getting almost like a, you know, once again, a licorice component, which I like to taste. It's medicine-y a little bit. It's got bitter tannins. Wow, it really disappears. I mean, this is like a show. This is like an episode of Entourage. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Here's what I mean. The show goes, oh yeah, and Turtle says, hey Vince, and then the show's over. The show's like 9 minutes long. HBO, hook us up. It's a 9-minute show. Seriously, it's like, oh yeah, credits. I mean, that's what this wine is like. You know, it goes in your mouth, you expect to taste something because you're consuming something as a beverage in your palate. However, nothing happens. This is a Casper wine disappearing on my ass. I'm going to score this wine 75 points. I'm going to give it 25 points because it's luscious in my mouth. That's about it. I'm going to give it that many points because it really does have nice. You know, it's funny. If this tasted like something, this could, you know, you could have been something if you tasted like something. That's weird. That's a weird wine for me. Let's move on. Rinse. Wolf 2003, the Hamptons, Long Island, Cabernet Franc, $35 US. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Primetime Hamptons, you know, little Puff Daddy white party action, 35 bones. This is a wine that for a while now has been truly respected and adored by the Hamptons crew. So this is a little bit of famous wine. Wolfer's trying to be a little famous on us. The Hamptons, Long Island. I like that. Let's see what this wine's got. Are you a Hamptons traveler that's got some substance, like a Seinfeld? Or are you a little bit of a, you know, empty? Nice color. For all the homies that can't afford the Hamptons. Let's give it a little bit of a snippy snip. All right, all right. Aromatically, it's extremely interesting. There is some asparagus and there's some Brussels sprout action going on here. I do get a forest fire aspect. I don't condone forest fires. I mean like a big fire, you know, not a forest fire, a campfire that you put out. It's like real smoky. No, it's like a forest fire. I mean, it's, you know, there was a lot of smoke in the air. I get that quite a bit. And then there's a really, concise, focused, dark, like, essence of blackberry. It doesn't even smell like blackberry. It doesn't even smell like blackberries in reduction or even jam. It's even more focused than that. It's almost like Lizzie makes me take this stuff, Allegra, or what? I don't know, it's like black. It's like supposed to keep you from being sick. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Anyway, it's got a little bit of that component as well. So it's a very intense nose, very aromatic. It's got a focus of fruit. It's got vegetables going on. It's starting off extremely well. I like the nose. I'm telling you, everybody, please, if you're watching this show, enjoy the nose. It's really, really, really like not going... It's like, if you're not enjoying the nose and getting really into the wine before you taste it, or as you drink it, watching it evolve... By the way, Ricola, it's got a little Ricola on me. It's kind of like going to the movies and not watching the previews. I'll be very honest with you. I go to the movies for the previews. Not you? Do you even watch previews? Anyway. Alright, let's give this a whirl. I gotta give it to them. It's a good wine. This really tastes like the Cabernet Franc that I adore. Good firm tannins, but black chocolate. Dark chocolate coming through on the flavor profile and the finish. There's that focused black liquid that kind of like blueberries and blackberries that I'm getting on this wine. It's very rich and explosive on your mouthfeel. I almost get a sardine type flavor profile going on here. Don't get scared, it's very subtle, but it's adding to the charisma of the overall wine. Vegetables galore. Bell peppers in the hizzy. Celery, check. Brussels sprouts, amen. It's got it all going on. Vegetable salad city, loaded and overdone by that blackberry thing I'm telling you about. So it's going off very well. This is a wine I think can attract a lot of people. This is like a good solid Chinon. Like a very good Chinon. The difference is those Chinons roll in at about 20 bones. This is 35 bucks, but it's from the Hamptons. That being said, it is still a lot better than a lot of $35 plus wines out there. It's a very good effort. This is a 91 point wine. I'm giving it a lot of credit. I think it's extremely good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And so I would highly recommend people seeking this out. This is an expense account wine. That's an E. But definitely worth seeking out. This is a wine that you need to pair with pizza. Trust me. I know. You can buy like 40 pizzas for the price of this, but seek it out. 91 points. Anything else? I don't know, Mott. The Thundercats that I adore so much, they're starting to come in a little slower. Please, putting out the show, help me out. I want the biggest collection of Thundercats. Maybe check that attic. Email a friend. Hook it up. Question of the day. Cab Francs. Tell the truth. How many have you had? Don't forget to send your love to the monster if you're a fan. Because you, me, and Chris Mott, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.